Hi, I'm Whitney and this is the SideChef Studio Kitchen. Today we're going to be making Panna Cotta Lamingtons. So the first thing that we're going to do is preheat the oven to 180 degrees. So line a baking sheet with parchment paper and cooking spray. So the first thing that we're going to do for the jam is to place the raspberries, sugar and water into a saucepan. So over medium heat, mix for 5 minutes until the sugar has dissolved. So bring the whole mixture to a boil and then allow it to simmer for 15 minutes. To finish off the jam, you're just going to pour it into a shallow tin and then you can cover that up with plastic wrap. You can make this jam in advance for a couple of days and just store it in the fridge till you're ready to use it. Okay, so we're going to cream our butter, eggs, sugar and brown sugar together until the mixture doubles for about 10 minutes. When the mixture's doubled, just add in the milk. What I recommend doing is laying out a piece of parchment paper and then you can actually sift all of your dry ingredients at once onto that parchment paper. You lift it up and then you can pour it in all at once and then use a spatula to fold it together. So you're going to pour the mixture into your pre-prepared baking tin and then you're going to smooth it out with an offset spatula. So now we're going to pop this into the oven for 15 minutes. So whilst your sponge is in the oven, we're actually going to prepare the panna cotta soak. So to prepare the powdered gelatin, all you need to do is bloom it in cold water. If you're using sheets of gelatin to prepare it, all you need to do is soak it into a bowl of cold water. To get the most out of your vanilla pod, what you're going to do is to split it in half on the cutting board and then use a small knife to scrape all those black seeds out. So you're going to add your cream, your milk and your sugar and that vanilla pod into a saucepan and boil it for 5 minutes. So once your gelatin has bloomed, you're going to add it to the cream. So whisk until the gelatin has dissolved and then set aside to cool at room temperature. So you have to wait for both your panna cotta mixture and your sponge to cool. Once that happens, just take a fork and start pricking holes into your sponge. Basically, we're going to pour this panna cotta mixture over the sponge and then leave it to soak overnight in the fridge. It's the next day now and we're going to take the sponge out from the fridge and cut it up. So what you're going to do is that you're going to cut the sponge lengthways and then separate them into two so that you can spread your jam evenly on one side. So after you've laid the jam out on one half of the sponge, we're going to flip the other side over and then cut them into bite-sized pieces. You're going to put the whole thing into the fridge to let it chill while you make your chocolate coating. So the best way to melt chocolate is to put it into a heat-proof bowl and set that bowl over a saucepan of boiling water. So add your cream gradually into the melting chocolate and then stir continuously. You want that to happen for about 10 minutes and it'll get really glossy. So to finish off this chocolate, I like to add a little bit of flaky salt at the end. The salt accentuates the flavour of the chocolate and it also helps to cut through the richness and sweetness of the Panna Cotta Lamington. The last part of our coating is actually 2 textures of coconut. We have desiccated coconut and coconut chips. So after you've combined your 2 textures of coconut, you're just going to set it aside until you're ready to assemble. So to coat the lamingtons, I like to set the sponges over a wire rack to catch the chocolate after it drips off. So temperature is really important at this point. You need to keep your chocolate warm so that it can coat the lamingtons evenly. After all the excess chocolate has dripped off, then you can actually roll the lamington into your 2 textures of coconut. After you finish rolling the lamingtons in your coconut, you can actually eat it straight away, or you can put it into the fridge for 20 minutes to firm up before serving. So this Panna Cotta Lamington is an updated grown-up version of a childhood snack that I loved eating growing up, and I hope you enjoy it.